Hello, welcome back to my podcast. I'm your host, Justina, and in today's episode, we will talk about letting go, but not in a dramatic overnight way, but in gentle, honest, and compassionate way. And letting go doesn't mean that you didn't care. It doesn't mean you failed, and it doesn't mean something was wrong with you. It means you're listening to yourself. So, wherever you are right now, walking, driving, resting, I invite you to slow down just a little, take a deep breath in and slow breath out, and let's begin. We often hold on to things longer after they stop serving us, like relationships, habits, beliefs, routines, versions of ourselves, not because they're good for us, but because they are familiar. Familiar feels safe even when it hurts. Sometimes we stay because we've invested time, energy, or love. We are afraid of starting over, fear disappointing others, we worry we won't find something better, or we don't know who we are without it. So, letting go challenges our identity. It asks us to trust ourselves and the unknown, and that's not easy. So often your body and emotions know before your mind does. Some signals include you feel drained instead of nourished, you're constantly anxious or on the edge, you shrink parts of yourself to fit, you feel resentment or heaviness, you keep justifying your discomfort, you feel disconnected from your values, or you're staying out of obligation, not alignment. So pay attention to how something makes you feel after the interaction, not just during it. Your energy is information. Sometimes we think we are holding on to people or situations, but often we are holding on to hope. Hope that they'll change, hope that things will go back to how they were, hope that if we try harder, it will finally feel right. We also hold on to old versions of ourselves, the pleaser, the overachiever, the one who always stays strong, the version that survived difficult times. But survival is not the same as living. You're allowed to outgrow coping mechanisms that once protected you. Letting go is not a rejection, is redirection. It's choosing peace over chaos, alignment over approval, growth over comfort. Letting go might look like setting boundaries, changing habits, walking away quietly, releasing expectations, forgiving without reconciling, or allowing ending without closure. You don't need permission to choose yourself, and you don't need to explain your healing to anyone. So here are a few examples how to let go gently. So acknowledge what it gave you. So nothing you held onto was pointless. There were lessons, growth, strength, and clarity. Gratitude helps release without bitterness. Allow grief. Even healthy endings can hurt. Grief doesn't mean regret. It means you cared. So let yourself feel without judging the emotions. Release the what ifs. Closure often comes from within, not from others. You don't need all the answers to move forward. Create space for the new. Letting go isn't about loss, it's about making room. New energy, new experiences, new versions of you can't enter when your hands are full. Trust the timing. You're not late, you're not behind, you are exactly where you need to be. So, letting go is not forgetting, it's remembering yourself. It's choosing alignment over attachment, truth over comfort, peace over fear. If something in your life feels heavy, forced, or draining, that's not a sign to push harder. It's an invitation to listen. You're allowed to release what no longer fits the person who you are becoming. And you don't have to do it all at once. Um, I have a few journal questions for you to write down, and you can answer them whenever you feel like. Remember, it's just for yourself, so just be honest. You don't need to show them to anyone, just do it for yourself. So, the first question is, what am I holding on to out of fear, not alignment? What am I afraid will happen if I let go? And what part of me is asking for change? And remember, they're just for yourself. So answer them whenever you have time. And I also have action steps for you for this week. And the first one is choose one thing this week to release a habit, thought pattern, or commitment. Say no to one thing that drains your energy. And I also have a little affirmation for you to write down. I trust myself to let go of what no longer serves me. And as we come to the end of today's episode, I want to remind you of something important. Letting go doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're choosing yourself with honesty and courage. You don't need to rush this process. You don't need to have everything figured out. Sometimes simply becoming aware of no longer serves you is already a powerful step forward. If something resonated with you today, I invite you to sit with it gently, write it down, reflect on it, and most importantly, be kind to yourself as you move through the change. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for allowing yourself to pause, reflect, and grow. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to follow this podcast and share it with someone who might need this reminder today. And I just want to say thank you once again. And you can always find me on Instagram at positive.mindset.adventures. So until next time, take a deep breath, trust yourself, and remember you are allowed to let go. Thank you, see you, and bye.